All right, a new year is just around the corner. And you know what that means? We're all starting to think about our goals. But what if the way we've been doing it year after year is just completely wrong? Let's get into a blueprint that will actually make 2026 the year things finally click.
In this quote right here, this is the whole problem in a nutshell. It's not about trying harder. It's about aiming smarter. See, the issue for most of us isn't that we don't want it enough. It's that our strategy is broken from the very start.
I mean, come on, we've all done this, right? We jot down things like, I want to be successful, or I want to make more money. But let's be real, those aren't goals. They're basically wishes. They're so vague they give you absolutely no clue what to do tomorrow morning.
And this is the painful part. When we set these fuzzy targets every single year, we get stuck in this awful cycle. We feel a little jolt of motivation, but then it fades, and we end up disappointed and right back where we started. It's the illusion of moving forward without actually going anywhere.
So how in the world do we break out of that loop? Well, it all starts with a huge mental shift. We've got to stop thinking of ourselves as chasing some far-off prize and start thinking like architects, intentionally designing a system for our own success.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, that's the default mode, just chasing goals. But look at the right. This is the elite mindset. It's not about the goal itself, it's about designing the systems that make the goal inevitable. It's about crafting your identity and setting up rules, constraints that keep you from ever getting off track.
This right here, this should light a fire under you. If you're just dusting off the same old playbook, expecting something different to happen this time, well, you're already behind. The time to switch to a better framework is, like, right now.
Okay, so enough about the problem. Let's get into the fix. This isn't just some motivational fluff. This is a straight-up, actionable blueprint. We're going to break down the 3 power moves that really separate the top performers from everybody else.
Just 3 moves. They might sound simple, but trust me, they are absolute game changers. Get these right, and they will completely transform how you go after any ambition you have for this coming year.
All right, power move number 1. This one's going to feel a little weird at first because it flips the whole script on goal setting. We're all taught to start with, what do I want? But that's exactly the first mistake. Instead, you ask this, who must I become so that success becomes unavoidable? See that shift? The focus isn't on some external thing anymore. It's on your internal identity. You're not chasing a result. You're building the kind of person for whom that result is just a natural outcome. And here's why that is so important. When things get tough, and they always do, a simple goal is really easy to ditch. But your identity? That's who you are. Think about it. If your goal is to write a book, you can quit when you get writer's block. But if your identity is, I am a writer, well, you show up and write. It's what you do.
Okay, power move number 2. Now this one it's a bit counterintuitive, so stick with me here. Most of us try to motivate ourselves by thinking about how great it'll feel to succeed. But high performers know a secret. The fear of what happens if you don't act is a much stronger fuel. And I want you to really do this. Don't just glance at the question. Actually sit with it. Picture it. Feel it. What's the real, tangible cost of staying exactly where you are? This isn't about being negative. It's about creating a powerful internal reason to take action now. And that feeling you get from that exercise, it has a name, urgency. It's completely different from that flimsy motivation you get from daydreaming about success. Urgency is the force that makes you start today, not someday maybe. It creates action. And finally, power move number 3. This is where the rubber meets the road. Once you've defined your new identity and created that sense of urgency, you need to focus only on the things you can actually control. That means your actions, not the outcomes.
Look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? You can't directly control your revenue or how many followers you get. Those are outcomes. But you have 100% control over whether you practice your craft for an hour a day or if you publish content consistently. Your plan for 2026 should be built entirely on these controllable process goals.
All right, so now you've got the whole framework. But how can you tell if the goal you're thinking about is a real one or just another empty wish? Well, here's a super simple test you can run it through.
This, right here, this is the ultimate filter. A true goal has to demand a new version of you. And that process should feel a little scary to the person you are right now. But at the same exact time, the vision of who you're becoming should be ridiculously exciting.
And on the flip side, if your so-called goal feels totally safe, completely comfortable, then it's not a real goal. It's just a wish. It doesn't have that tension, that power, to actually force you to change. So let's boil all of this down to one single powerful idea. The road to a truly breakthrough year isn't paved with hope. It's not about good intentions. It's built brick by brick with intentional design.
And this is really the final call to action. Stop writing down goals that just give you a quick feel-good hit. That's not their purpose. A goal's real job is to be a tool for growth, to pull you so far out of your comfort zone that you have no choice but to evolve.
And it all comes down to this. Hope is passive. It waits for things to happen. Design is active. It makes things happen. Hope waits for perfect conditions. Design creates its own conditions. That's the difference.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm just going to leave you with that one question. Don't think about what you want to get or what you want to chase. Think about this instead. The identity, the systems, the non-negotiable actions. What kind of future are you going to intentionally design for yourself in 2026?